walkway. These need patching up.
Welcome home, Sid.
Give me 50 good boards.
Clive, you're back.
I am.
Well, I'll bet all of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's...
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up?
If you... Thank you.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, Who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Here for another of my lectures? So what of its parliament? Which leaves but one man. How may I help you today? Here you are. I have the details here. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Well,
Nothing escapes you, it's true.
good. Well, don't just stand there gawping. It's a relief, thank you. Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that
Under a noose.
I'll try to live up to the name.
If the state of our coffers is anything to go by.
Clive. To a bloody riddance. Morning, Cliff. So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Not my best work, but it'll do.
Clive?
No.
And with good reason, children. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn.
It does.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is.
Alas, no. And not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact.
But I saw him.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, but until I do...
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? Look around you. Still, why? I have said it many times. His story is... Were you aware... But what of the twins themselves? Yes, change with... I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands.
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Don't think Mid's been to visit her old man's grave in years. So take her with you when you go. Let's see his daughter's face.
How are you doing?
It was luck, and luck alone. But now, thank you. Quick look.
Good day to you.
could spin. The crystals we get from the
And we had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clyde.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures, rustlings in the undergrowth. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, and given what I hope you'll forgive me calling...
Of course.
Excellent. You might be...
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the... What you have to say? I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding in the hands of some...
Excuse me.
Nah, not me, Gov. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing. Don't worry. Any shady character...
All right.
You all right, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but...
All right.
The crystals we get from the tailor all...
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures.
No, but I've heard something.
Where was that?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I ran back here as quick as me leg...
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? Good girl. Run like the wind. You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they...
Black Shields.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here
Over here!
Why were they here? Were they
Good day to you.
Sid.
The crystals we get from the
Clive.
I found some black shields hiding near Lord...
Black Shield, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the damn it all. And bite back...
I'm sorry. Who did the black shield serve now?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque.
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. And fight it I did. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells, and throughout... it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice, a means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones. My livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that so I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats. But the man himself proved an with money and power, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And?
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts, seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All on our wounds. We know where he hides. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion to...
Quentin.
Our time is short. My friends and comrades,
I'm not good. To change his mind.
What can I interest you in today? I hope it's to your liking. Ah, yes. Keep fighting the good fight.
And what can I do for you? You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. I'll be here if you need me.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be chance.
Gone, just like that.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run, loath though I am to rely on the kind.
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he...
All right.
Blade yet hungers, so do I. Come, let us feast on your flesh. Your feasting days are over.
Too slow. Those who kill for sport deserve no better. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
It's certainly not a bait. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you miss the Mother Crystal.
I hate it. I had to trade. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now what am I supposed to do?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work.
Recapture it? You know, you might just be right. I have to get back to the bakery right...
Wait. Suppose it won't be...
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff. Sir, you'll be transported.
Ah, there you are. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too.
Master?
I dare say.
Just look at steeple peaks. True. And look, Master...
Not only is my apprentice back, but he's... I don't know how you did... Now, Dusan,
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
What do you need? What do you want? And? We're seeing troops amassing at every border post.
No surprises there.
How may I help you today, Clive? Kuka, but when I close my eyes... Only I don't know. I wish you were here. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy. I've got to get this thermal displacement.
Thermal. And
Only the fastest, finest ship that... Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the
There's everyone.
It hasn't been
Thanks to Sid.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance of that. Go on, then.
She said you would know.
Krieger. Well, I don't know what the hell, and I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
Right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. That means an app, which is where you lot come in. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. As for the rest of the stuff,
well, one of us should probably give you an hand coating.
And the other...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. You going after the start? Which one of these...
Gav.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy.
Southern reaches of the I'll go and scout the place out.
All right. While you're off...
You two, eh?
Fleece me. I'll get us a good price. Is that one you want to worry about?
Back, are ya? The river's down the south end of the...
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn.
Have pride of place in Castle Dasgold.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this stuff. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Well, says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. Or beat sneaking around.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind.
Thank you, Black.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need...
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the detail.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yeah.
I'll show you. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Good girl.
Come on. Yeah! Time to fight. Straight home now.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruin.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our run. Get him! Forgive me. Anybody? This must be our... Too slow. The things I do...
Sid! Indeed.
All right.
overseeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And?
Right.
How's that?
The plating's, which is why you need a prism for the drag. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it. I need something light.
Well, if I were... I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes, I've got all the details written. Can you take this to him?
Right away. Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home, and yet we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
So, Clive, who will accompany you?
Very well. So then, what...
I have taken the liberty of...
White? Are you sure this I would have thought the ingredients...
Though these items... So much now, of course.
Is that so?
I will.
You too.
You too, Tut. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk. The Glassgate flood has finally spring.
Keep them pilchards nice and chill.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin. Fresh cuts! Come!
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here. You're always welcome here in Lostwing. All anyone ever wants anymore is work.
Buy, sell, or be gone. Good riddance.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
No one's supposed to afford that price.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back... Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the Moondew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the Moondew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice, just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship. Fancy a look at the list, do you? Anything catch your eye? Always something, in there?
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
He cracked the crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with... Hopefully. I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brow. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than you. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows some.
Instead of everything, you mean? Right.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.